talked about the rate of development, but what does the future kind of look like? And maybe we'll start with you, Chris.
Yeah, sure. I guess the future is an interesting one. And as per our prior call, it was, I mean, we're quite focused on and excited by the impact of AI, the impact of automation, understanding data and the impact of data on the virtual replicas that our companies create. So really what that means in a sales sense is we found it to be quite fascinating how we can, starting with voice, for example, the ability to have voice guided tours where agents can actually interact remotely, moving through to understanding dwell times, whether buyer A is looking at the kitchen, how long they're spending looking at the kitchen versus buyer B, understanding what their pain points are in each project, which is informative decision making, not only for the agent who dominates the transaction, and that's exactly what this tech supports. We're not removing the agent from the transaction. If anything, they get more immersed in it, but it's actually helping them understand how to move and bear the fruits of the technology. In the first instance, the future, I guess, in a self-customization and material selection manner is also quite interesting. So that data as well has managed to expedite sales processes, and albeit it's an indicative factor that helps the sale, even with project home builders who are looking at actually, they've already converted the sale, they've got the mum and dad or whoever it is, the husband and wife sitting in the display suite, they still have to go through quite a lengthy material selection process. So I'm quite excited for how that process becomes really remote. And I personally think, in terms of my own crystal ball, that AR will play a bigger role. And I think both our companies have that capability, but the ability to do what an IKEA place does, which people have known for a while, and use the mobile, has only been propelled because of this current situation. So that will certainly be something we see that impacts buyer decision making.
Amazing. What do you think, Brooke? What's your view?
I'm excited for the future of property buying because we're actively looking into the multi-user experience space. So what I mean by that, and this is actually an application that is, it's here now, where you can have a development, say here in Melbourne, you can have a buyer and real estate agent in the immersive experience, and they can actually be talking to a buyer in, say, New York or the UK in the same experience. So the agent would be physically in the immersive world, taking them through the development. So being able to showcase them in every area of the property, and you can have, unlimited people in this experience. You can have, if you've got family members all over the globe, they can all log into this multi-user immersive experience, and the agent can take them through, showing them, showing them all the features, benefits that they would if it was a physical experience. So that's a really interesting space. It's very exciting.
Totally. Look, it's undoubtedly it's an exciting future. I'm hoping that the motion sickness stuff won't slow it down too much, but I think the reality is that the future of Off the Plan is a virtual one as far as the sales cycle is concerned. I think it's interesting you mentioned, Chris, about not just the sales process, but beyond the sale, when you're kind of moving into almost the operational phase of customizing an apartment or customizing a home, being able to utilize that. And again, so much of it, the property development industry operates based on trust and transparency and track record. And I think the closer that we can enable consumers to kind of view and experience the property they're going to move into, the higher the customer satisfaction rates and also the facilitation from a sales perspective that we're going to see.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, sorry, do you have one more thing to add, Brooke?
No, that's it. I just agree.
Next week, look, guys, that's the end of today. The next week, we're doing the power of placemaking for new developments. We have two massive heavy hitters coming in. We're going to be announcing it on Monday. But before we go, I want to say a huge thanks to Chris and Brooke. Brooke, I can't believe you jumped on a webinar 9 months pregnant. You're the biggest legend ever. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Chris, mate. We're delighted to have you on the webinar. Like, you look like you're in a... Where are you right now?
Yeah, I'm just in the so surrounded by eggshells, so it's quite an interesting spot. So just a snap.
Nice one, guys. Well, that's it for today. We'll continue to be bringing you content. We believe that the market, we're all in this together. Hopefully, we're coming out of it together now, and we're super excited to, bring you some of the best minds. And we're delighted to have had Brooke and Chris today. So thanks, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.